blank and blank, and it's blank and blank, so it's blank and blank. Fill out your blanks.
Holy shit, I don't know. Wait,
Okay.
start that over.
No, I'm not. This is raw. Cut it. I'm gonna describe my life then.
Okay.
As an example. Life is empty and meaningless, but it has beauty and meaning when I put the meaning in the blanks. That's my example for you. So what is life to you?
Life is meaningless unless it has... unless it has, like, I guess... Purpose. Definitely purpose. Purpose should be everyone's.
Passion.
Purpose, passion, desire, drive,
effort.
Love, effort. You gotta put effort. Resiliency, strength. Yeah.
And also a little bit of downs. You gotta learn how to live sometimes.
Yeah, life is a roller coaster.
It's literally like waves.
Life is a roller coaster.
Roller coaster and waves. Cue Waves by Kanye West. And cue roller coaster. Cue rock and roll. Like anyone from Cue Kiss.
Oh my god.
Cue Queen. Hi, we're recording live today with the first episode of The Beautiful Disaster. Today's special guest is, drum roll please. Say your name.
Hi guys, it's Jake.
This is my cousin Jake, my primo, my uncle, whatever the fuck you want to call him. All I know is that we're related and he's my best friend, aka my partner in crime. So, my name is Scarlett. Nice to meet you guys. This is my first episode ever of my podcast, and I would love to talk about what love is. So, who better than Jake? Because he's experienced real love, fake love, and platonic love, all the above, like every type of love, just like Scarlett. And also, he's extremely honest, just like Scarlett. So, who's Scarlett? That's me. You can call me Scar, though. Jake, do you have any preferred name?
Just Jake.
Do you have any nickname?
No.
Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake. That was his username in like a while back. My username was Scarlita Princesita. Horrible. Anyways, let's start with what love is to you. So, what is love to you?
I say love is where you feel most comfortable with another person. Doesn't even matter, like family, another person. Just where you feel comfortable being with them. That's really it. That's how I feel.
So, what is love to me? For me, love can be found in people or things that cannot be heard or seen, but just felt with the heart and the mind. Connected, right? The soul. So, we're on the same page of what love is. So, love can be a love for a sport. Love can be a love for yourself.
Like, you can feel comfortable playing a sport. You can feel uncomfortable playing a sport. Doesn't mean you have to not love it. You can love the sport and be uncomfortable playing it.
Exactly. So, for me, like, the sport that I love the most in the world is probably soccer. But the sport I love watching the most in the world is probably basketball. Why? Because it's just really fun and it's back and forth, constant contact and constant shenanigans and show off skills and stuff like that. Do you have anything like that you love? Like something that's not necessarily a person but a thing?
Like, I mean, if we're on the topic of sports, like football, family is a big one. You gotta love family. I think family. But that's people. That is people.
So, you love football?
Football.
What about animals?
Animals, you can love animals too.
I love Bailey. Who do you love?
Obviously, Whiskey.
Exactly. So we have our own pets that we love very much dearly, and they're protectors of our house, but they're also the protectors of our hearts and our minds because they help clear up a lot of confusion by just having a welcoming bark or welcoming lick, or a welcoming hug, a welcoming
just
something.
Welcoming presence.
Exactly, because they're the only things or live things that you can interact with, pets, that never judge you, always love you for who you are and what you are.
They have like unconditional love. They don't judge. They don't do.
Because their life is really simple. All they're here for is to feel love and provide, love back. And that's kind of like the fundamentals of like what I think we should do as humans more often. Like, instead of leading with hate, we should lead with love. Instead of loving with lust, we should feel real, genuine, unconditional love. So, you say you love football. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I just love the sport. I love playing it sometimes with my brother, my dad. We just toss around the ball. Then I also love watching it with the people that you're around. It's good.
So,
it's good sportsmanship.
Would you say sports bring people in together?
Yes, I would say sports sometimes. Then there's some toxic people that just
take it too seriously.
Take it too seriously, yeah.
So, I think that sports is supposed to bring people in together.
I think it is too.
And when fans start throwing banana peels or banana fruits at players because they're a certain skin color or because from a certain place,
or just because they're like rival teams,
or because they're rival teams, yeah, that's where the disrespect and the love of the game just boom vanishes for some. If the player has a great mind and a great heart and great composure, mentally, emotionally, and physically, that player is going to take that banana and eat it, like Danny Alves did when they throw a banana at him at the corner. Or that player is going to go and throw that banana back, like someone else, or the garbage, But the fans also depict if the image of the team itself is good or bad. So the love of the fans, the love of the players within the team, the love they have for their coaches also has to tie in with respect and being humble, So for me, love comes first, respect comes second, and then staying humble is all throughout, right?
Staying humble doesn't have to be just with love. It can be with everyone, family, friends. But respect is a big one.
Exactly.
You gotta respect everyone.
And how do you respect people?
You just gotta, whatever they show you, you gotta show it back.
So, would you say that what you get is what you give, or what you give is what you get?
What you give is what you should get. So, if you give respect, you should get respect back, and if you don't, it's just not a person you want to be around.
Exactly. So, let me ask you a question. What if the person you love happens to love you back, but mentally they're just not there?
Like they don't show you respect?
No, like the smallest thing you say by accident might trigger a reaction where they might just block you out of nowhere. Like, that's just an example.
Well, then you got to talk about it with them.
What if they don't give you the option to talk to them?
Then that's their problem. I feel like the other person's got to communicate with you and tell you what happened with them. And then you got to communicate that. You got to communicate what your problems are, what her problems are, or his problems.
Yeah. So, for romantic love, I guess, talking things out is key.
Oh, communication's, I think, a big part in a relationship.
So, not to get religious, but according to the Bible, right, they say that the woman must always respect the man of the house, or the woman must always respect the figure of the house, whoever they love, know? If the woman loves the other woman, them, they, their, he, she, anything, then peace will always come. However, when the woman starts becoming rebellious, rebelde, then that's when there becomes a problem because you're not respecting the person you love anymore, Yeah. So what if the person you love doesn't respect you? What do you do in that case?
Well, does she start with giving you respect?
He does.
But she doesn't.
However, he loses respect for me because I say things out of my dome. Like, I just think and I act and I say things just because I say things, So, what do I do then? Like, what should I do? Should I just filter myself more around him?
I think you should surround yourself with people that you don't have to have a filter with.
What if...
Like, not filter, saying things, saying things that comes off your mind.
They're gonna yeah.
Then I start pushing away, and that's when bad things happen. But once I get to know the person, talk to them, really get, a deeper connection with them, is when, good things start to happen.
That's a great answer. So, I think we are very alike in that sense where, I want someone I can grow with.
Yeah.
So,
someone
safety,
that builds you up, that's what I was saying.
Exactly. Safety.
Not filter, saying things, saying things that comes off your mind,
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good advice. Somewhere I can be safe, not safe, but somewhere I can be safely me without having the pressures of feeling judged.
Yes. Like, you should be with a person that doesn't judge you, that respects you, that loves you for who you are. And yeah, that's how I want to be surrounded with.
With people that love you, respect you, and you
Don't
can
judge.
and don't judge you, and you can be yourself around.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can do positive coping mechanisms with together, which are not really positive coping mechanisms, but they're just hobbies, you know? They could be hobbies, they could be sports, they could be...
You have to be with someone that wants to build you up and not break you down, like emotionally, in your career. I feel like someone that wants you to succeed is someone you want to be with.
What if they do want you to succeed, but from afar? It's the kind of love that's like, I love you so much that I'm letting you go and be you, but then you do that back to them, and then now it's a problem.
It's a problem because you love them
so much that you're letting go.
Well, that's just how they love.
That makes me cry. I don't want to cry right now because that'd be insanely emotionally unstable of me. I'm kidding, guys. But yeah, like I don't know.
You just got to be surrounded by people that want to love you and keep you close. But if that person wants to push you away and love you from a distance, that's just something they got to deal with.
Yeah, so this brings me back to like the mental health talk, because some people struggle with a lot of mental health that may need people to talk to that are not necessarily their friends or their loved ones, but like professionals, you know. So, for example, I go to therapy now once a week. Why? Because I need to detoxify myself and not explode with all my emotions. And that's also a reason why I started this podcast, because I feel like us talking like this and having conversations like this could help someone out there who's struggling with the same issues. Like for me, my issue in love is trust. You have my trust until you lose it. Someone else may have this mindset where they don't have your trust until you gain it. And then I can't work with someone like that, or I can't love someone like that.
Because they don't trust you from the start.
Exactly. You gotta trust me from the start, and then we build up from there. But if you're telling me you don't trust me until I prove it to you, you're gonna lose my trust along the way, because I'm not rebellious, but I'm discouraged.
They're gonna start off not letting you do things.
Exactly.
Letting you
It's like
go
limitations.
Out. Yeah.
Not going out.
No, but I'm just
saying. It's an example, yeah. Exactly. Like that's a great example.
Wearing the things you want to wear. That's where the trust issues start with some people. That's what I think. Like if you are starting off with limitations, it kind of turns you off in a way. Like you're feeling locked up, and that's when you want to push away.
That's very true. That's like me too. They don't trust me, and then they're not like us. You know? They're not like us, but like they are like us, because we're more alike than they think. We're all very similar, and we struggle with the same thing sometimes. The message is universal, but the lessons are uniquely yours, right? So, what's your biggest lesson in love?
My biggest...
Romantic love. Romantic unconditional love.
My biggest lesson in love?
Yeah.
I never had someone ask me that.
Really?
No, it's the first. But my biggest lesson in love is I gotta get to know the person before I jump into anything serious with them. Like, I feel like sometimes I just jump into something, and then I start learning things about them that's just a little... that gets to me. And then I start pushing away, and that's when bad things happen. But once I get to know the person, talk to them, really get like a deeper connection with them, is when like good things start to happen.
That's a great answer. So, I think we are very alike in that sense, where like I want someone I can grow with.
Yeah.
So
someone that builds you up. That's what I was saying.
Exactly. Safety enables growth. Why? Because if you're a teacher, I want someone I can grow with.
Yeah.
So
someone that builds you up. That's what I was saying.
Exactly. Safety enables growth. Why? Because if your teacher, your loved one, your coach, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your mister, your master, whatever the fuck you want to call it, if that other individual, that other human loves you, trusts you, respects you from the jump, then that's going to enable a beautiful relationship to grow out of there. It could be platonically, it could be romantic, it could be family, it could be anything, you know?
But then you go back to the part where you start, you do something or you mess up, and you start losing that trust, or that other person loses that trust. Then what would you do in that situation?
When the other person loses that trust?
When they do something that would trigger you
to lose my trust.
Yeah. Would you talk to them, or would you just
yeah.
leave immediately?
So the way I cope with this stuff is I give people as many chances as I can until they completely lose it, until they drain the bottle.
But how would you know then?
It's just little things I look out for. Like, for example, I was in a relationship for 3 years, right? On and off. It was 1.5 years of beautiful relationships and sunshines. And then the next 1.5 years was absolutely the worst experience of my whole life, right? I got better. I got a really good relationship right after that. That was not really a relationship, but we were very close, and it lasted 3 months. So 3 years in 3 months, that's progress, right? Maybe the next person will be forever. You don't know. You never know.
You never know.
Jinx, you owe me a soda, bitch. But you never ever know. However, that is also where, like, I get bit in the foot, you know, because I'm way too nice to people sometimes. I give them all these chances because I thought I never got mine with my first genuine love.
Because I feel like it's harder to trust men than it is to trust women.
You think so?
I
think it's harder to trust women than men.
That's true.
This is debatable, guys.
This is debatable.
Who do you trust more, men or women, women or men? Fun fact, by the way, now that we're on it, the brain fluctuates genders. So you could be predominantly male-minded and fluctuate to female mind, or you can be predominantly female-minded and fluctuate to male mind. I can attach the TED Talk link underneath the description so you guys can go watch it. Question. All right, we're back on the air. We had a little intermission break because we got thirsty. I'm kidding. I got thirsty. Check out his Clash of Clans. Anyways. Guys, if you haven't tried NeuroGum, go try it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It helps you focus a lot. However, we're going back to trust because we're talking about who can you trust more, males or females, women or men, right? Can you trust yourself?
Can I trust myself? In love or just in anything?
General?
In general, yes. I trust myself to do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I trust myself to do certain work. Like in my career, like I would trust myself to do a lot of things.
Okay.
And in love, yeah, I feel like I would trust myself to love another person, to trust the other person. But then there's some things that they can do, or something can happen where.
So would you say you're more of a reactor than an actor? Like
I would react.
Yeah.
I would react to if something were to happen.
Yeah. So that's what happened to me too. Like, I trust myself a lot in love now because I found God, you know? And he taught me that you have to love yourself first and then you have to love everybody else equally.
That's also not a God thing. I feel like that's just a life thing. You gotta love yourself 100%.
It could be philosophical, it could be spiritually.
Before you jump into anything, you gotta love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then don't.
What are you doing? Yeah. You're only hurting everything around you.
You're hurting yourself, most importantly.
Yourself. Yeah. So we gotta draw a line for people though, because some people love themselves a little bit too much. So that's where narcissistic people, sociopaths. I have a debate that I think psychopaths do not exist because no one's born evil. They can turn evil, but no one's generally born evil.
No one's born evil.
No. So that's just a debate up to have. Do you guys think people are born evil? Or are we all born good and then turn evil as the years go on?
You have to have life experiences.
Environmental,
for something to go wrong up there.
Exactly. It could be family. It could be environmental. It could be friends. It could be yourself.
The people you surround yourself with.
The things you watch.
The things
you associate with. You know, things, people, places. Mm-hmm. It could be anything. It could be as much as a simple, I hate you so much, I wish you were never born again. that can trigger a starting point for someone like a little kid. You know, like for me, I was told that I was never going to be able to achieve my dreams, basically. That I was going to be limited to playing D2 soccer. At least I was going to last 5 months, apparently. I lasted 2 years, guys. I beat 5 months. I lasted 2 years. And then I went D3. Why? Because I didn't want to play soccer anymore. The same way God gave me these talents was the same way the devil took them away from me, by taking away my passion for the sport. So passion. What is passion to you?
Passion is when you... I feel like passion and drive
Are very similar.
very similar.
Yeah.
I feel like there's people who are going to put you down.
Oh, all the time. There's bad people everywhere.
But I feel like that drives me to be better.
Better, yes. So it's a mindset thing, you think? Mm-hmm. It's a mindset thing.
There's people that can say, you're shit. You can't do this. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. Which, for me, that would make me want to be like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
And that's where your rebellious qualities act in, right? Yeah. For the better.
For the better.
Not for the worse.
No.
You're not hurting anyone along the way.
I know both of us are very rebellious people.
We are. We are very rebellious because we've always been told we can't do it.
We were always told, no.
It was always no, was never, yeah, let me help you. It was always like, nope, do it by yourself, figure it out, or nope, you're not going to be able to achieve it because you have this, and that.
Yeah.
Tit for tat, right? So that causes us to be rebellious to an extent where not only are we not hurting anyone around us because we're composed now with our hearts, but we're also in our minds. Yeah, but mindset's what we talked about just now, right? So not only are we composed in our hearts, which is our emotions, our feelings, everything that a woman feels, right? A woman/female, right? Whatever, guys. F you all who think that you're not female-minded, because men cry too. And if you don't cry, then you gotta go get checked out because you might be a narcissist. So that brings me to what we're talking about. If you compose your mind and your heart, then maybe it facilitates everything you do, right? It can facilitate your sport. It can facilitate your friendships. Your life. It can facilitate your life. Exactly. It facilitate your family relationships, right? You could be the light in someone's darkness.
Yes, but that brings us back to a relationship, which, if you love yourself, you can bring light to someone else's life if they're going through a dark time.
Yeah, just how COVID is spreadable and contagious, and sicknesses and depression. So is love, and so is a fucking smile, a genuine smile, because people laugh out of their elbows, their funny bones, but
they could be going through something
serious. Yeah. And that's what we have to be mindful of, I guess, right? Like,
you don't know you can walk past someone on the street, they could be smiling, they could be going through some really bad stuff.
Exactly. They could be having a manic episode.
One smile could change their day.
Exactly. So make sure you guys genuinely smile more often. A smile can light up a room 100 times more than someone with a gun. You know?
Yeah.
Literally. So that brings me to my last point. We're talking about love psychologically wise. There's 7 types of love and more, but I'm gonna name some top ones. Philia, a platonic love between equals, characterized by mutual respect, trust, and loyalty. That's like the platonic type of love. The ancient Greeks valued philia far above eros because it was considered a love between equals. Eros is the ego, your self-love.
Well, ego could be also not a good thing.
Because the superego, you gotta find a balance of it. You know, and now you can turn into Ye in his prime time where he was all about me, talking about Nazis on Twitter. You know, like, that's also horrible. You gotta find a balance where you're not hurting anyone else around you because you love yourself too much, you know? Shout out to Kanye, by the way. You saved my life. You made me feel sane when everyone else was calling me insane. So that leads me to my next point. People's vocabulary, people's tone, people's attitudes, you know, like body language, not only what things they say, but like how they act. Your actions speak louder than words sometimes. Why? Because people lie all the time. It's just easy. I could be lying right now about my age.
Yeah.
I'm 21, by the way. You know? I could be lying about my name. You'll never fucking know, you know? what you will know is my genuine actions and my genuine respect. I could gift you a ring in return for your services, like how I did today. I could gift you
Anything.
anything. I could gift you my friendship. I could gift you a ride to Brooklyn and back, if you need it. Like, once you eat your cake and want mine too, that's when we have to draw a line. I just drew the line. Because that's when people don't know about boundaries, The line is a boundary line. It's not a barrier, but it's a boundary line. It's like a division sign.
So when you talk about boundaries, you're saying when you start a relationship?
Yes, you have to set the rules straight from the get-go. Sometimes you might not align in the rules, and you gotta accommodate and be flexible, right? You gotta be flexible so you guys can meet in the middle. You gotta meet in the middle, and once that middle common ground is found for you and the loved one in question, then guess what? You have north, east, south, west. In the middle, the equator is literally the most perfect weather, right? So
that's what we hope for soon.
Exactly. So you gotta find your own unique, unbalanced, balanced everything. Too much and too little of anything is always an issue. You gotta find the balance for you, and everybody's uniquely different. So you might need a little bit more sugar. Someone else might need a little more salt. Someone else might need a little more spice.
So let's say you meet someone.
Yeah.
And they just start love bombing you.
Lord.
What would you start doing at that point?
Push away.
Because then that person is starting to cross your line.
Yeah, because it's too much.
It is too
at
much.
once in the beginning. If you show me your friendship first, then love can grow from that and become romantic.
Yeah.
And
then you say you meet a person, and he becomes your friend, and then you start feeling things for him,
and vice versa.
But nothing ever happens.
That's heartbreaking. It's the flower that never bloomed.
Yeah.
So, either because of outside third-party factors, or
none of you are crossing that boundary.
Yeah, and then that equator is just becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, and that magnifying pull and push is eventually gonna crash, and hopefully everything is according to plan, because there's one plan and it's God's plan, and whatever happens for a reason, I believe. So some people already crossed that line, and their mindset's telling them, I don't want to go back there because I feel like it's going to end this way, that way, whatever. Someone else is going to be like, hey, no, I'm the hand you need, Like, someone else is going to have solutions, and someone else is going to avoid solutions. So I brought solutions to one person, and they said, stop. Like, I don't want this right now. This is not good for me. Someone else told me, I have solutions for you too. However, life happens.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Life gets in the way.
Life gets in the way. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. Do you have any love interests that you love?
Love interests?
Yeah.
Like, as in?
Like, do you have anybody in your life that's special to you that you might see it go further?
Yeah, there's definitely people.
There's
some, yeah, I think so.
So, would you say that that's a motivator to continue living? Having people that you love?
Having people that...
Or people that you might be able to bloom into a perfect family one day?
It would give people hope, yes.
Hope. Love gives people hope.
Love gives people hope.
And hope enables...
Because you could go through a relationship, and something can happen and it can really mess you up. And you could be down in your bed.
In slumps.
Yeah. Like in bed by 6 p.m.
Up by 8 p.m. the next day.
Yeah. Up by 8 a.m. and just keep thinking about this person over and over and over again.
That can drive you crazy.
That broke your heart, whatever. And it really, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Me neither.
Because that is the worst feeling ever.
It's called depression.
Yeah, no, I felt it, you felt it, we've all felt it.
We've all felt it at least
where
once.
It's heartbreak.
And
it's terrible.
Yeah.
But then you start healing, you start focusing on yourself.
You start bringing the light into the darkness.
You start doing things you want to do, like for me it's go to the gym.
Awesome.
It brings my mind off of other things. And then then you start healing. You start, I don't know, getting out there, I guess. And then you meet another person, and maybe that person could be the one. Maybe she can't, but it's hope. It's hope that there is someone that could be the one out there. Which, that's what I want to put out there. That there's always hope.
And there's always someone out there that's going to love you as much as you love yourself or more when you need it.
Yeah.
And I also want to put something out there too, now that you brought it up. When your heart breaks, it does not mean it's broken. It just means it's shattered. And guess what? Sometimes when you put those little pieces together, it's like the art. You know, the art form.
You gotta put the pieces together.
You're the super glue.
You cannot bring anyone else into your life that will try to put it together.
Yes. And for me, whoever, the super glue was God. You know? So the super glue was God, and then those little cracks reflect the light that I'm bringing in too. You know? Because I am driving the car. Our bodies are temple, and we decide with our choices and our actions and our words what brings in and what comes out.
Like when I had my heart broken, it was terrible. It was the worst feeling in the world, and for like a week or two, I had to take one thing at a time, like going to class, and getting out of bed, taking a shower, for like little things, and just I had to take one day at a time. And it's all up to you. No one's gonna help you through that. Talking about it, for me, made it worse. It made it worse for me. And
because you're a man.
Yeah.
You guys have to do more and talk less sometimes when you're going through a hard time.
Sometimes you gotta bottle it up and
take it out in the gym. Take field.
Take it out. Yeah. You just gotta.
But don't take it out on yourself.
No, I've never done that, thankfully.
Good.
But I've definitely done some bad things.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, no one's perfect. I've done some bad things when I was heartbroken, but it took a little while, and then you start healing by yourself, staying with family.
Yeah.
And you get better. You get better. You pick up those pieces. You get stronger, and then you always find someone else. Someone else will.
Yourself. You're way back home.
Someone will come around, and you'll love that person, hopefully, and hopefully that'll be the one.
And if it's not,
if it's not,
we've been there before.
Yeah. If it's not, you try again. But
you always try again.
Yes. But you heal by yourself. You heal by yourself.
Empezar otra vez.
Yeah. You can't get under another. That's the worst thing in the world.
Exactly. If you get under someone else's skin, who are you hurting? Who are you dirtying? Your own nails.
You're hurting yourself.
Yep. So spread more love. Stop the hate. Be yourself. And we ate.
We ate.
Peace out, Girl Scouts. Peace out, Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts in the house. Girl Scouts in the house. Girls and boys, men's and females, women's and males. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. If your heart is broken, put some light in there. If you like the darkness, stay in the dark. But don't come out of that house to ruin someone else's day.
Don't ruin anyone else's day with your heartbreak. It is the worst thing you can possibly do.
Yeah. You decide if light seeps through or if darkness seeps through. I know it's hard sometimes because you already lived in the dark for so long. Listen, it happened to me. It happened to Jake. It happens to everybody. But you decide if you're going to bring yourself back up and get on your 2 feet and go out and conquer your life and your world and find your purpose, or you're going to stay inside and be lazy and watch your dreams fade away. Yeah. Any final words, Jake?
Final words. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anyone bring you down. You have your own path. God's got you. God's always got you. You got to stay true to that. Pray. Make sure you pray. Don't let people come in between you and your dreams. That's all I got to say.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. It was a great talk. I will be talking to you more closely in time, but I have to go see some friends. Same with Jake. Bye.
See ya.
Have fun.
And
Love is
beauty, passion, could be a little bit of shitty.
Hugh Romeo Santos.
Yeah. Like, we need any of that.
I love Dominicans.
Yeah, we know you love Dominicans.
I also love... ¿Qué me dijeron? Que yo era salvadoreña. Me dijeron que yo era salvadoreña, Jake.
Yeah, I know.
¿Por qué?
What?
Why do they call me Salvadorian? I'm Mexican Colombian. Where are you from?
I'm Colombian Russian.
And we are...
Cousins.
Primos.
Peace.
Please. Also, peace.
In a pod.
Peace out.
Bye.